go in here. These are the wagons that brought the ore out of the mines with. They held about 3.5 ton of ore. Wow. But they hooked 2 of them together. They used mules to pull them out with.
Wow.
They were looking for the edge. Right now we're in a volcanic area and a geothermal area. This is what this area is. Well, when they had a bad earthquake, this shaft went down as 45 degrees angle. This is what all the miners were looking for. At the time was this one edge here. Here's where we're at right now. We're right here. We're going to go back here 400 feet to what they call a scope, where they found a good pocket of ore and they started going up and down and putting laterals out. Now, right now at 960 feet, the water's 130 degrees. Wow. At 2,800 feet, it's 170 degrees. Wow. So they had to be pretty careful. When they went down on the combination shaft over there, they got so hot, they would bring ice down to the miners to cool off. They'd work 20 minutes or so and have to come up and cool off.
And that's that shaft over here.
Yeah, that's that shaft, combination shaft over there. This is the laterals that come out. Huh. Now at the time, the miners here, there's about 26,000 people lived here in Virginia City. 6,000 of them were miners. They made $4 a day. But that's when room was for 10 cents a night. Right. You get a good meal for 2 bits for 25 cents. And a bucket of beer for 5 cents.
Oh, wow.
So everybody wanted to be a miner. Anyway, at the time there was a salesman come in by the name of Sutro. He wanted to make some money in mining, so he was looking around. How could you make some money in mining? Well, they were having trouble getting the water out of here. So he came up with the idea that if he built a tunnel up here from down there at Highway 50, if you look at the shaft, it's still open, but it's caved in, but a little water's still running out. And so he got the idea, got a corporation together, and it took him 4.5 miles to get up here. It took him 9 years to get here. By the time he got here, everybody else had their water taken care of and what have you, so it's sort of a bust for him. But if you ever heard of the Sutro Baths in San Francisco?
Yep.
Well, he's the man that started that after he went broke up here. The Sutro Bath down in San Francisco.
It's one of my favorite places to visit up there.
And this is the tunnel. It's 1,600 feet down. And when he got up here.
Sure.
Right now we're on the hard rock base. We're standing right on here. Up here is what they call a soft wall. The rock was sort of soft up in this area. When they were pumping water out of these mines, anything under 960 feet was flooded. So they come up with the Cornish pump. They had 2 of them. They burnt 20 cord of wood in 24 hours.
Wow.
Each one wood.
That's a lot of wood.
Yes, and that's when the cord was $10 a cord then at the time. You can see how big these pumps were. There's a little miner there taking a rest.
Sure. Wow. Incredible.
Oh. These flywheels were 45 feet in diameter.
Neat.
They had 2 of them pumping the water out of here. You notice?
I have a couple more, bro.
Okay. These timbers are, well, pretty good shape. But you can see where they have to come in every year and sort of brace them up and what have you.
Yeah.
The reason these timbers are in good shape is air's getting to them all the time. Now you'll see a lot of these drifts that are closed that says do not enter because these timbers are rotting and they're giving off a poison gas that you can't smell. That's why they don't want. What mines are still open like this, they won't let anybody in.
Incredible.
Wow. And as we go back, you're going to have to duck your head. Everybody's got glasses on their head. Take them off because they
Yeah.
lose them. This was high at one time and wider, but it's shrinking as the years go by.
Yeah.
You can
It
see where
needs to
these
be 4 foot
rails
11.
are here. You get back here a ways, you're going to see they're right up against the wall where they couldn't get those carts out anymore.
Huh.
So that proves that it's shrinking in.
Just like a human.
So
Or
I'll wait
shrink.
for these other people. We're going to go back here 400 feet to what they call a scope, which I already told you about this. This is a drift. They call this a drift because there's only one way in, one way out.
Okay.
A tunnel, there's one way, 2 ways in, 2 ways out in one tunnel.
Was this for people? And if they were
That was, they
injured?
got hurt, yes. Now we get back here, you're going to see a brown tube. It's pumping fresh air back to us.
Oh.
Well, it's right around the corner here. So we'll wait for
Yeah,
these
see all
others.
the little
This is what they use to pull the ore out of the shafts,
Wow.
right here.
Yeah, imagine the hands.
They had men
Oh.
work, that's all the men did was build this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on. Should actually be in the front, huh?
No trouble.
Looks like it's getting higher. Kunk. Ow! Ow! After he warned me not to hit my head.
Don't stand up there.
I'm just gonna hold on top of my head so that.
Okay, watch your head.
See, I know what it is. I'm
your
looking
head.
through this little
Movie.
viewfinder, and I'm not paying attention to.
Okay, now even I'm having a duck.
Not quite. Really low, Joe. Really low. Really low.
Okay, Jen. Okay, you want to narrate?
This tube right here is bringing us fresh air.
Oh, good. We need the fresh tube.
Not the fresh tube, the fresh air.
Well, we need the fresh tube.
This is a mine shaft. The wood is rotting.
It's wet down below, actually. It's very, very small out here.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's a low one.
Okay, I'm trying not to get your gluteus maximus here. Sorry.
Yeah. Wide berth.
I am.
Whoa.
Maybe I
Okay.
can shoot between your legs.
Very skinny.
I'll shoot your shoulders. How's that?
I hope I can fit.
Well, if you can't fit, you got 5 people behind you that are gonna. I think it's gonna open up. Holy crap! It's small. Okay, you guys, this is very tiny here. Whoop.
I'm coming.
Everybody's gonna squash. Squash down there. I'll get bigger enough for this.
Please tell me that was the steepest. Shallowest.
Oh, there it opens up.
Okay.
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 Dizzy.
This is called a scope. Now, back there, that goes back another 1,200 feet. There's 4 more of these scopes back that way. That's all caved in as far as we go. These timbers here, when they started building their scopes, they had a cave in. So they almost had to quit mining. So they got a hold of this one German designer. Came over here He designed these timbers, and nothing's holding them together except the ground and the pressure. It's called a square cut. You see here, diagram here, how they cut it. And they put them together like a jigsaw puzzle. And they're still using the same procedure over in Africa right now that he invented back in the 1800s. They're all just cut together. These timbers above us here, when they drove them in with the air guns, they were so tight they would start smoking at the time. This shaft over here now, you see this is the brown soil. I had a gentleman out there ask me about the blue muck. Here's your blue muck, if you can see the difference. This one's brown, this is blue.
Oh wow, you can see it when you get the
Yeah,
flash.
absolutely. Oh, neat.
Okay,
That is a real candle. Yeah?
What's that?
That's a real candle.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that candle there. Yeah, that's a real one.
Okay.
At the time when they were using these candles, it was so hot back here they would melt.
Yeah.
So they came out with a chemical in the wax, and they would last 2 hours. Each miner in this area would have 2 candles to work with. But this blue musk here, they were throwing it away when they first got it. Then they found out it was worth $3,000 a ton. It's
That
got
ain't
a-
good.
It's got a high grade of silver in it.
Neat.
Okay, what they were doing here, I'm going to show you. They worked with candles. The miners did back here. This is what they had, 2 candles at the time. Your eyes get adjusted to this. Okay. I usually blow out the candle before I turn on the lights. But little kids get scared, so if they lost their lights, this is what it look like. Your eyes never get adjusted to this.
Jeez.
Okay. So when the lights did, if they ever lost their lights, how they get out of here, they get between these rails and find their way out. It took Billy Collier and his miners 4 years to get this far back. How they did it was one miner, he would work with a drill like this, use his hammer, pound it to go in and make these holes like this. Yeah. Then he'd pound it and twist it, there'd be a drill on it. So the bit on the side. A two miner team, one guy would hold the bar, one guy would take a sledgehammer and hit it in. He had to really trust his partner though.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because it was dark and everything, but they had to know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Well, this was a 2-man operation.
That's where they got paid $4 a week, or
$4 a day is what they made.
$4 a day.
$4 a day. They would go in,
They're millionaires.
put little holes like this in there, go in a foot to 16 inches. Then the guys do the blast would come in, put dynamite in, and then blast it.
Okay. Then they come back, pick up the rocks, and
Then they bring in what they call the muckers. Come in, they put it in those little carts out there. Then after they did that, the carpenters would come in and shore up what they had, then they'd go ahead. They made about 4 foot a day in average soil. Right here is a big invention they had, was your telephone.
Oh wow.
It saved a lot of lives. But this didn't come out till the 1900s.
Come on, camera.
So, what's the furthest back you guys have found a telephone? Or is this it?
Well, this is the only one in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any more in the back or not. Because I've never been back there. Nobody's been back there since 1942. Wow. when they closed these mines up.
So did they always have ventilation or ventilation too?
Yeah, they had to pump air back here to them, yes. Yeah. Now over here, I'll get over here. Like I say, this is called a scope. The reason they built here, they found a good pocket of ore. So they went up, went down, and over here they went down 800 and some feet. Over here. You can see a little water down there. Get the light on. See the water? This wind, they call this a wind. It went down 800 and some feet. The miners would use ladders to go down because they couldn't use the elevators like I showed you out in front to go down.
800 feet of ladder?
So what's the is that a bucket?
Okay, up here is a bucket they use to bring the ore out with. Right there.
And heavy.
Over here is the steam winch they used to bring that ore out. Right here. Over there in the wall is what the signals were, if you could read them over there, about bringing the winch up and down, and when they're going to blast in here.
Is that what the bell is for?
Yeah, the bell is, that's what the bell's for there. You see the bell there?
Ken, you're not supposed to be playing with that thing. Oh, this is
Okay, over here, this drill here was run by air. They call it a drifter drill. The nickname was Widowmaker
Oh, jeez.
because the dust off the bit would get in their lungs. They call it rocks in the box. So after 2 or 3 years, they come out with a bit with a hole in it, and they start feeding water to it. And that's what, this is the water line, this is the air line, went to it. This particular drifter bill here, it took 5 to 6 men to move it.
Jeez.
Later on, they came out with this new drill here,
This one.
that one there, called a jack leg. 3 men could move it around when they were moving it. This stuff right here is what they were using when they closed it down in 1942. You can see the holes over there where they were still going when they closed it down.
So when did the drills first come along?
Huh?
When did they first come along? What year?
Well, these here were, the new one come out, what was it, about 1870, 1890? But this one was the first one, run by air. Everything up here was run by steam and air. All the water pumps and what have you. The temperature back here now is this temperature year-round, back here. But the farther back you go, the deeper you go, it gets hotter. Like I told the new people here, the miners in those days made $4 a day.
That was big bucks.
Huh?
That was big bucks.
Oh yeah, everybody wanted to be a miner. They all come up from all over the country because this was the highest paid region for mining. But they got a room for 10 cents a night, a good meal for 2 bits, a bucket of beer for 5 cents. So they're making good money.
So did they stop mining it because of safety reasons or because
No,
the
in
cost
1942,
wasn't-
the government shut them down and took the miners back east in the coal mines and the copper mines for during the war in 1942.
And the reason now there's
Uh,
just not
too
enough
many-
silver or too costly
No.
to get it out, or
Too many safety regulations
oh.
and insurance.
even if there was a different method
Yeah,
of extracting
yeah.
it without.
Now it's all open pit mining.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what way you came up from Highway 50. You'll see
Yeah, we did.
big
Yeah.
open pit mining down there. They just opened up that mining about 5 years ago.
So there still might be some.
Oh, they're still getting good
There's
gold
still
on it. Gold
silver
and
in
silver
here
on it.
somewhere.
Oh yeah.
If-
That open pit mining, they're doing good down there. But see, the gold went up to what, $1,800 an ounce.
Yes, gold went up. Well, hey, you know,
It paid.
keep it long enough, probably silver will go back
How,
up
how
too.
far down can they go doing that? I mean, it's gonna be
As
a,
far as they want to go down, as long as they keep finding the ore, good ore. They're drilling. They're getting ready to go across the road now. If you go down, you'll see those cement barriers. Eventually, they're going to go across the road because they found a good pocket of ore. And then down by Highway 50, right by the highway, they found a good pocket of ore. So it'll be a few years before they get down there.
I'm gonna try and do this backwards. It's getting bigger, I think. Water?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, there. Yeah, I know. I got it. I'm in my head.
I hit my head now.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
That's once a day.
I know, and after you told me to watch my head,
Yeah.
I still whack my head on this thing. I can see daylight though, that's good.
Yeah.
So we were back, what?
400 feet.
And then how far underground were we at that point?
About 960 feet from the top of the hill.
Daylight.
Yeah, daylight.
Woo.
Okay, I'll get those other people in here. Okay, the other people come in one.
The wood shrunk. The wood has shrunken over the years.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
This is going to make an excellent video on YouTube. This is great. I've never been in a mine quite like that. That's nice.